Good morning. This morning I would like to talk about omnicentrism. One of the strange aspects of reality is that the center of the universe is everywhere. It's a little hard to get our minds around this. The universe is omnicentric. Omni means everywhere. The center of the cosmos is everywhere. This is a consequence of the fact that the universe is a single living field of being. Every point in the field is fertile, vital, and living. The universe can create a new center or new system of life at any point within itself. That's the nature of a field. Every point in the field shares the same characteristics. In the case of the cosmos, those characteristics are generativity, livingness, and consciousness. We can observe this fertility all around us. The power of the universe to create new centers of life is everywhere. It is continually forming new centers that are highly organized and effectively integrated systems of distinct, new, individual organisms. They have autonomy. They have identifiable, separate sets of characteristics. Examples: beetles and elephants. Each of these is an autonomous center of life or system of life. As we look back into the past, we see that species have evolved and metamorphosed. Fish came out of the ocean and turned into mammals on land. That was the creation of new living centers in the cosmos. Evolution keeps moving one center to another, yielding ever-increasing complexification of the universe. Another example of a new center was the development of single cells in the ocean 4 billion years ago. There was only bacterial life there. Then suddenly a living cell appeared. That cell developed a membrane around it, allowing it to survive. It was quite a feat to develop a membrane that protected itself from the environment and allowed its life to continue. Of course, our interest here is humans. Each human being on Earth is the center of the universe. This is the way of the universe. What does it mean to be a center of the universe, to be a system of life, to be central to reality? Here is what the Hindus said about it. I am a center. Around me revolves my world. I am a center of consciousness. I am a center of influence. I am a center of thought. I am a center of information. I am a center of vitality. I am a center of force. I am a center of energy. I am a center of dynamic will. I make things happen. I am a center of strength. I am a center of power. I am a center of knowledge. I am a center of mind. I am a center of being. I am a center of spirit. I am a center of soul. I am a center of the universe. I claim my birthright. Each human being is both a unique system of life, thrown up from the depths of living being, and an indivisible part of the cosmos. The cosmos has unfolded over 13.7 billion years as a single thing. There are no separate parts in the universe, but there are concentrations of life, or centers, throughout the universe. The full range of the universe's capabilities is available at every point in the field of the cosmos. The universe must fit the new center, if it is to flourish, into conditions that will allow it to sustain its life. But it has a wonderful talent for generating new systems of life anywhere that it chooses to do so. The organizations that live on hot vents at the bottom of the ocean are living in enormous temperatures. The magma at the core of the Earth is shooting boiling water and steam up into the ocean. These organisms live in that boiling water. They also live under enormous pressure, thousands of feet under the surface of the ocean, with the weight of all that water on them. They live in total darkness. Scientists were amazed when they found that life could flourish in such extreme conditions. A new discipline is now emerging called astrobiology. It is searching for life on other planets and also raising questions about what constitutes life and what conditions can sustain life. The answers are much broader than we thought. Life is perhaps not limited to the carbon-based organisms that we see on Earth. Perhaps life can be based on methane or other gases, or acid-based or arsenic-based. These are questions that never occurred to us before. But what we're seeing in astrobiology is that life may be much broader than we thought. All the questions relating to life must be rethought. We are talking about the creativity of the universe, the mechanics of the creativity of living being. How is it that the universe has the power to create at every point in the cosmos? How does it bring together disparate parts and create entirely new systems that are self-sustaining and capable of reproducing themselves? Each of these systems, that is, hummingbirds, elephants, and so on, is a center of life, a center of the universe, and a focus of the incredible creative power that is spilling forth from unexpressed potential. It continues to do so today. Evolution, or metamorphosis, usually happens too slowly for us to see it. We can only look backwards and see the cornucopia of life that has flowed forth. But the process is ongoing. It is an inherent characteristic of the cosmos. Evolution and creation continue all around us. Each of these new centers of life must fit itself into an environment that is compatible. It does not exist in isolation. It has to be seamlessly woven into what already exists. The universe can do that and correlate everything together. We observe an incredible diversity and multiplicity of life forms, all interwoven with each other, and all perfectly correlated so that they fill each other's needs, an ecosystem at every level. Living systems have to have access to food sources in order to obtain energy, but the kinds of things that they can eat are almost infinite. The world that we live in depends on photosynthesis. At some point in the evolution of life on Earth, a developing cellular organism, which is going to later become a plant, developed the capacity to capture sunlight. It developed a molecule that could turn sunlight into energy that could sustain life. Subsequently, as plants spread over the Earth, plants all over the world developed the capability through photosynthesis to capture sunlight and use it for growth and reproduction. Then, of course, the mammals ate the plants and each other to get energy. So sunlight and photosynthesis are thus supporting all life on Earth. Each new center of life must solve the problems of finding a food source, reproducing itself, and fitting itself into the context of the environment. If it cannot do these tasks, it ceases to exist as a center. The universe proceeds partially by trial and error. If an organism does not seamlessly fit into the existing systems of life, it is erased. The human is an example of a coherent, workable center created by the universe. We experience our consciousness as a wholeness. It is a center of awareness that allows us to perceive the world and respond to it. We know that not so long ago, this miraculous consciousness existed as simple animal consciousness, much more basic in the mind of an ape. As the cosmos unfolded, those apes became us. We are observing the creation of new centers of life as evolution. This immensely creative and efficient system is unfolding itself from invisible livingness that is beneath the material world, from pure, generative potential. The universe is able to organize the centers of life into impossibly intricate organisms, such as ourselves. We can observe that the universe makes mistakes and then weeds them out. What remains to go forward are the successes. It builds on its own successes over billions of years. We are miracles walking. It takes 1 trillion interactions per second to keep us on the earth. There are 1 trillion cells in the body. Every single one of those cells is making its contribution to the organism as a whole. We are like a coral reef, a collection of 1 trillion cellular entities all cooperating and interacting to make the overall organism function. To go to a deeper level, we are a collection of a practically infinite number of particles, swirling electrons. We are here on the Earth's surface for a short period of time as a coherent, integrated being that can walk and talk and have a life. Our nature at a deeper level is collegiate, in the sense that it's multiple. We are, in fact, a colony of multiple organisms organized perfectly into a whole for functionality. Each of us is at the center of the universe. Each of us has a unique perspective on the world. We are each looking out into our own unique individual world. We call the experience of this perspective the self, but we could as well call it the center. This centeredness is not just a viewpoint, it's our basic reality. The universe has given each of us a totally unique and totally individual window onto reality. We are truly a center of the universe, and from that center we look out into our reality. Every single one of us, in our own way and through our own lens, has our own singular perceptions, puts them together in an individual way, and comes up with interpretations that are totally our own. Nobody else puts life together quite like you do. It's a very special, individual, and unique thing. We are each a separate little universe. Other humans may look generic, but they are nothing like you. They also are a separate little universe, a center of the universe, a center with its own integrity and its own coherence. Human relationships might be quite different if we operated from this basis. It is possible that we are now experiencing a leap in evolution, a hyper-evolution. Something is happening at present that appears to be creating an awareness of ourselves as the cosmos. This amounts to the establishment of a new center of consciousness by the cosmos. We are moving into something new, something not seen before. Our consciousness is shifting and moving into an expanded awareness. The universe is unfolding us, unfolding and expanding our consciousness. Out of its pure potential, it is changing human beings and making us into something new and different. Part of this process is observable in quantum physics. In the last 70 years, we have realized that the reality system that we have been living with, the framework formulated by Isaac Newton and René Descartes, characterized by a dead and empty cosmos functioning mechanically like a clock, is not reality. That worldview is breaking down. We are now realizing that cause and effect is not the only process operating in the universe, and that macro reality is a single, unified field. We are challenging the very definition of ourselves. We are realizing that we are integral parts of a single, vast organism that is unfolding itself and revealing its new possibilities. We are realizing that we are the cosmos itself, temporarily in human form, for a short span of time. In due time, our forms will disappear, back into the fullness of the sea of being. Other humans will come and have their time on Earth. We now know that the cosmos is a single living entity that has unfolded itself over the last 13.7 billion years. It has had its phases as gases, as galaxies, and as exploding stars which blew carbon and other materials to the earth. That carbon became us through a long process. Single cells in the oceans which became fish and invented spines, eyes, sexual organs, digestive systems, and other wondrous necessities of life. Those were very talented fish. They eventually came out onto land and became mammals. The mammals became apes, and the apes became us. It is an astonishing, amazing scenario. Our definition of ourselves is expanding, broadening, and changing radically. If we are given time to grow into these new ideas, it will yield a new world and a new cosmos.